Hi guys, and welcome back to LPB Racing for the British Touring Car and Support Championship on Project Cars 2. We are at race 3 now of the special event round 4. So we're getting ready for a start in the BMW M3s Group A cars at Alton Park International. We are off! Good start at the back of the grid there from RZR Blade. Blatney with a good start as well in the yellow car in the background as we go down towards turn 1. Bidzster and TY almost side by side through the first corner. Everyone else folding through. Stevie side by side with James Deluxe. Blatney through with a good start there into 6th place. Down to Cascades we go then. Into Cascades, Bidzster's in the lead from TY, Neil, Stevie, James Deluxe in the top 5. Oh, Callum going a little bit wide there in the background and he's off onto the grass. Oh, good recovery there in the background. Remember, this is the international circuit, so we're going round the long left-hander here into the Shell hairpin. Onto the brakes, into Shell. TY and Bidzster go round, everyone else round nice and cleanly there. The camera getting a bit stuck in the bushes. But we're all cleanly through there. So good job through there by everyone as Bidzster and TY go through the chicane cleanly through there. Stevie following Neil very closely indeed. So it looks like Stevie's on the move. James Deluxe as well. Nice clean line through there as well. So as we come down to Knickerbrook, everyone line astern. Again, this car quite powerful. It's not quite as powerful as the Sierra was earlier, but still it's enough power to end up squirming the rear of the car a bit as you get the power down. A good 350 horsepower in this BMW roughly, and it is a lot of power to get on with. As we go into Druids corner now, through Druids we go, everyone cleanly through there. Bidzster again pulling a bit of a gap, so Bidzster likes these old cars. TY following him, he's not too shabby in these ones as well. Neil through Lodge corner there, a little bit of a squirm out of the corner, but all good. Everyone respecting the track limits, which is nice to see. As we see Blatney there after that good start in 6th place there. So good job there by Blatney. As we've got a car coming into the pits, who's that? RZR Blade must have jumped the start. So he's got a drive-through penalty, so unlucky there for RZR Blade. It doesn't come up on our screen unfortunately, but RZR Blade just driving straight through the pits, serving his drive-through. Callum really struggling with these cars. He's on the controller, Callum, so he's not quite got a good controller set up yet, so he's experimenting a bit today, and clearly it's not really working out too well for him yet, but hopefully he'll bounce back later on in the season. So Bidzster and TY then just under a second, so TY's close up to Bidzster a little bit through there, but to no avail as we've got Stevie's gone back down the order a bit. There he is, Stevie's gone back down a bit. He's been passed by James Deluxe, so we missed that, and Stevie's gone quite backwards there, so we'll get a replay on what happened to Stevie. Okay, so here's a replay of what happened to Stevie then on lap 2. So coming down Cascades, Neil Farmack goes wide, and Stevie doesn't actually go as wide as Neil, but there's the back end of the car just loses it and then goes into the wall, hits the guardrail quite hard. Just the back end of the car is going a bit loose and Stevie not able to catch it in time. Blatney goes around the outside, and let's just stay with Stevie here and what happens. So Blatney comes back across, Stevie's gonna just goes on the grass and dives up the inside, absolutely dive bombs Blatney, and I don't think that was on, but that's how he got back to 5th place. Here's a quick on board with Blatney just after that, so Blatney defends the inside and Stevie decides I'll do the grass, and puts all 4 wheels over the white line and gets past, so I don't think that was on. As we come back from that then, so Stevie, Blatney and Keith running line astern. Keith not doing too bad in this car, in 7th place in the blue car. Good job there from Keith, there he's in the blue car in the background. So there's Blatney coming into the Knickerbrook chicane as Stevie makes a little mistake there, just a bit wide. And you can see the damage on Stevie's car there from what we saw earlier. So Stevie soldiers on as we've got Neil and James Deluxe now pretty close. So James Deluxe on the move now after getting past Stevie. Neil Farmer hitting the markers, sending them flying down towards Lodge corner we go. Will James Deluxe go for the move? Neil Farmack defends the inside line and moves back across. So Neil Farmack defends the position. James Deluxe with a bit of a sideways out of Lodge corner and powers across the line. Will he go for a move into Old Hall? I don't think he will because he's not close enough. He'll just keep the pressure on Neil and see if he can force a mistake out of Neil, but Neil's been with LPB Racing quite a while and he's not really what you call a pushover. He will defend all he can. And he's a nice, fair, clean racer, is Neil. He's a hard man to get past. As we go down towards the long left-hander, down towards Shell, so Island Bend. Down into Island Bend. And then into the Shell hairpin. Bidzster still ahead of TY by 1.6 seconds now. Neil Farmack into the Shell hairpin, a little bit wide, a little bit squirmier. James Deluxe with a lot more of a smoother line through there. You see how close he is now to the back of Neil. One mistake, so into the island chicane now. And around there, very nice lines from both drivers there. Up and over the hill. There's TY, so TY's fallen off Bidzster by about a second, so he must have made a mistake somewhere. So Neil Farmack sideways and on two wheels into the Knickerbrook chicane. Oh, James Deluxe's heart rate will have gone up there, and the same for Neil's as well. But Neil pulls away, James Deluxe just backs off a little bit, thinking, what the hell is he doing up on them curbs? But no way through there for James Deluxe as of yet. Into Druids we go. We'll stick with this battle because it seems to be the best battle on track at the moment. As we go through Druids. Down towards Lodge Corner. I think TY's struggling with tyres or something because he's fallen right off Bidzster. Bidzster's pulled 4 seconds out on him, and that's not Bidzster pulling away, that's TY going backwards. It's got to be. Yeah, TY's he's in almost the same camera shot as Neil and James Deluxe now, so TY going backwards here. Looks like he's really struggling to keep those tyre temperatures up, or the fact that they're overheating. Either one. I would imagine overheating is probably more likely. So TY into Cascades. Let's just see if we can see anything different. No, looks nice and steady through there as we watch Neil Farmack and James Deluxe coming through the same shot. Neil Farmack's lost the control. He's lost control, lost the back end of the car. He's off. On the right hand side of your picture there, Stevie goes through. Just too much speed into the corner. Back end decides to overtake the front. And then Blakeney's going to come through and say thank you. I'll take 5th place. And Neil Farmack goes back down to 6th. So Neil Farmack, one mistake could change your race, and that certainly has. And with double points on the board, that's not what you want to happen in these races. Because remember, this is round 4, this is race 3. And round 4 of every championship that we do is the special event week where double points are on the board. And all the races are a bit different. So it gives people a chance to see if they can get a car and track combination that they really like and that they can get a good points haul with. As we go down to the Knickerbrook chicane, Neil Farmack still behind Blakeney there, not doing too bad. Let's have a check on everyone else in the field. Oh, I think we just see the car go off. That's Callum off the road. No, Callum's off the road. Arsenal Blaber's off the road as well. So 2 guys that are definitely struggling with this BMW. So Callum's doing donuts on the grass now. So he's really struggling with that car. And he's got to get a good controller set up on this, like I said earlier. Callum really struggling to find a good setup for the controller. So, well, he's trying the TY setup at the minute, and it's not really suiting his driving style. So it's a bit like having jumping into a car with someone else's setup on. It's not really ideal. So he's soldiering on, Callum, though. He's got to finish for the points, and he's doing well to do that. Blakeney and Neil then close together. Neil's having a stab at Blakeney now. He was defending from James Deluxe, and then he made a mistake, and now he's attacking Blakeney. So Blakeney's the man who has to do the defence. As we go out of Old Hall, Blakeney with a bit of a slower run there. Neil Farmack with a good run on the inside, side by side, doing door handles, absolutely rubbing door handles. Blakeney's on the grass. He's not going to get that car stopped. Oh, he does. Oh, fantastic stuff. How the hell he kept hold of that car then, I do not know. But he did, and Keith's now rubbing his hands because he's closed up to this battle, so it'll soon be a 3-way battle for 5th place. But good car control there from Blakeney. 2 cars were side by side, magnetised slightly, and then Blakeney goes on the grass and keeps it going. Neil Farmack now looking up the inside out of the Shell hairpin towards the island chicane. Keith waiting in the wings. Into the island chicane we go. Blakeney a bit hot into the corner. Loses speed on the way out. Neil Farmack slides on the way out and keeps thinking, hey, it's Christmas. Let's join in. As we go down towards the Knickerbrook chicane now. Neil on the inside, Blakeney on the outside. Neil on the inside takes the corner. Blakeney's not giving up now, keeping his car up the inside, side by side through Knickerbrook. Brave stuff. And Neil eventually gets the move done, but good driving there from those 2. That's how racing should be. 2 drivers racing wheel to wheel, giving each other room. but still being hard and firm at the same time. Well done to those two drivers there. Blakeney on the grass a little bit into there. Keith could get the switch back here out of Druids, but no, Blakeney holds the inside, and his car's going here, there, everywhere. So I think he's a bit surprised at himself, because it's been a bit of a backwards lap for him in a way, because he's lost a position, and now he's got Keith right up him. So across the line then, Blakeney and Keith still close together. Let's have a check on the leaders then. TY's got James Deluxe right behind him. Bidzster's 8 seconds up the road. There's Bidzster. He's already coming out of the Shell Hairpin, but coming through Island Bend towards the Shell Hairpin now is TY. He's definitely struggling with that car. There's something wrong with that car. It's got to be tyres. It'll be severely overheating. And James Deluxe now, the red car there in the wings, waiting to pick up any pieces. So unfortunately his teammate Sarex can't make these races today, so Sarex missing out on the double points. But James Deluxe still fighting hard for Team Red, getting those points in, and also for his personal championship gain as well in the Drivers' Championship. It's not all about the teams, it is to do with the driver mainly. The teams is just a separate little thing that you can aim for at the end of the year, or at the end of the season, shall I say. But James Deluxe still piling the pressure on TY. One mistake from TY and James Deluxe will be straight through. Meanwhile, Blakeney and Keith are still close together. Blakeney a bit further ahead now, but only a little bit. One mistake could change it all. So again, anything could happen. Watch this space. TY makes a little error out of Druids, just the car got a little sideways on power, and James Deluxe still can't find a way through. But with the rate that TY's tyres are falling off, I think it's inevitable what's going to happen, but still TY could defend for his life and keep ahead. We'll have to watch to find out as we go down towards Old Hall into the first corner. Nice and neat through there, so I wonder if TY's just had to back off the pace a bit to cool his tyres down and then go for it, but we'll see what happens as we're on lap 7 of 8 now. Round Cascades, down the back straight. Get that power on towards Island Hairpin, fastest bit of the circuit. Round we go, and James Deluxe still looking for a way through, no way through yet. TY into the Shell Hairpin, both very clean through there, so no way through yet. As we watch Blakeney and Keith, they're still close together to a point, not quite as close as you'd think. Footman back there in 8th place. We've not really seen Footman here, the camera's just trying to catch up. There he is, there's Footman in the black car. Not doing too bad in this race. We've not really seen much of him in this one, but he's still soldiering on in 8th place, sliding the car all over the place. And James Deluxe now is as close as he's ever been to TY. TY goes a bit wide there. James Deluxe tries to look for a way through, but there is no way through there. And James Deluxe catches the grass in all the excitement, and he's lost about half a second there, so he's got to try and gain that back. So one mistake could change it all, like I say. But there's Bidzster. He's about to come on to his last lap of the race now, so Bidzster out of Lodge corner, neat as you like, out of the last corner to start his last lap of the race, so Bidzster's still in the lead. Meanwhile, James Deluxe has made an error. James Deluxe has made an error. He's fallen right off TY now. James Deluxe makes an error at Druids and falls back about 5 seconds off of TY. So James Deluxe falls back off there, and Neil Farmack, there he is, he's in 4th place. Stevie in 5th. And Stevie's made some kind of mistakes there, because Blakeney's right on the back of him now with Keith, so Stevie's going backwards here. More damage on the side of that BMW, so definitely made an error somewhere as we see Blakeney go. I thought Blakeney was off the road then, but he must have got on the power and the car squirmed to one side. So Blakeney trying hard, maybe a bit too hard. But Keith now right behind him, looking for a way through. He's tapping the brakes a bit there just to wash off the speed so he doesn't get too close towards Cascades. Blakeney very wide at Cascades. Keith hits him! No way through there, bang! Both cars into the wall. Oh no! Both cars into the wall. That all happened a bit quick, that, but we'll just get a replay to confirm what happened. Okay, here's a replay what happened to Keith and Blakeney on the last lap of the race. Into Cascades we go then. Blakeney runs wide. Keith's still holding back, but then Blakeney comes across, and then bang! Nowhere for us to go. Boom! Just a complete and utter racing incident. No one's fault that really. Blakeney was making a mistake and Keith can't exactly slow down as he's midway around the corner, and then that's what happened. So as we come back from that replay then, here's Bidzster in the lead, coming up towards Druids for the last time. Completely dominated this race. Started out front, stayed in front, and he's actually lapped Callum, because there's Callum and Druids and there's Bidzster going down towards Lodge. So Callum really struggling in this BMW. I do feel sorry for Callum because he's really struggling with the car setup. So here's Bidzster going through Lodge corner for the last time to cross the line and win race 3. He's won all 3 races so far. Let's see if he can win race 4 and make it a clean sweep. Bidzster wins race 3 in the BMWs. Well done to Bidzster. TY is just going to hold on in second position. So well done to TY. He takes second place. Callum goes into the pits because he's had enough of that car, I think. James Deluxe in third place. Good effort by James Deluxe. It could have been in second place, but just made an error on those last few laps. Neil comes across the line in fourth place. Then Neil takes fourth. Stevie's going to come across the line a bit sideways in fifth position. So Stevie finishes in fifth. Flashes lights. He's happy with that. Blakeney, after having that incident with Keith, they still resume the same positions that they were. So Blakeney finishes in 6th, Keith 7th. RZR Blade is going to finish in 8th position, and Footman will round off the 9, and Callum lapped in 10th place. So we'll just get those results confirmed for you now. Okay guys, let's take you through the results then. So Bidzster wins 3 out of 4 so far, 1 more race to go. Bidzster wins that one from TY in second place. James Deluxe finishes in 3rd. Neil Farmack finishes 4th. 5th is Stevie. Blakeney finishes in 6th. 7th goes to Keith. RZR Blade is 8th. Footman finishes in 9th. And Callum, who was really struggling with that car, finishes in 10th position. So there's your winner, Bidzster, in the blue BMW there for Team Blue. Good win there for them, and Keith with a good finish as well in 7th place for Team Blue. So we'll see you guys for race 4. Take care.